Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Entrepreneurship World Cup for Dominica. This evening, we have four fantastic entrepreneurs on the roster tonight competing to represent their island in the Caribbean Regional Finals and hopefully make it all the way to the global competition in Saudi Arabia. I am Crystal Legrand, and I am your host for this evening, together with the team of the EWC Caribbean team. I also have with us our manager, Dr. Marcia Brandon, who will open us up with a welcome address from Dr. Brandon. Over to you.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and congratulations again to all our finalists who took the time and the patience and had the interest to apply, went through several sessions and are now here. And I also want to thank the judges who have taken the time out of their busy schedule to assist us to determine who is going to go to the regional finals, the Caribbean regional finals of the EWC. So without further ado, I just want to share a few key notes with you. I am going to share my screen. And I'll very quickly share with you that for EWC Caribbean, COESL, which is the Caribbean Center of Excellence for Sustainable Livelihoods, Red Diamond, and Legrand Solutions are the lead and team included in leading EWC Caribbean. Okay, so I am stuck somehow. Okay. Right. About EWC, I'm sure most of you here know what EWC is. And it's included in it is a pitch competition, but it's more than a pitch competition. It's really a program that is seen to grow entrepreneurs or empower entrepreneurs, no matter what stage entrepreneurs are at. So if it's just an idea, if it's very early, if it's growth. We have a platform of resources that EWC offers to entrepreneurs. And I hope that you were able to access maybe some perks at each stage of your application. I hope you are also able to go onto the platform as the finalists and look at some of the webinars, some of the training materials that they would have there. If you haven't done it as yet, we can talk about it. And of course, try to do it because it's a tremendous amount of resources that can add some tremendous or some significant value to you as an entrepreneur and to your business. And of course, in there are prizes that's worth up to $1 million and up to $10 million in perks and different resources. And whoever makes it to the global finals has a chance to win actual cash. So last year, our national finals in Dominica, the winner was Larry Cabron. Some of you may know that name. Vanessa Winston was the second place person. And this year, some of our partners include Your Extra Hand, GNS Services, and HWPL. Our judges tonight are, and since I'm not sure I'm seeing Mr. McCarthy Marie on as yet, Mr. Yasan Tafari is going to, of course, sitting for him. And I love this because throughout the all of the other national finals that we have been engaged in across the region, we've had regional judges who have just come on, and they have just been there to fit in, which is fantastic. And for us, EWC Caribbean is about regional integration. It is very much, for me, about how we can connect entrepreneurs across the region and how we can connect people in general across the region. So this is tremendous. So for us, we have Miss Jillian Laura, Extra Hands. And I really love that name, Extra Hands. It's you know, it says something about the ethos of the business. It says something about the person involved in the business. And again, my screen has gone stuck. So are you still seeing my screen? Are you seeing the PowerPoint?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. Because okay, fine. So Ms. LaRock has been in sales, marketing, and business development in the MSME sector for over 10 years. She's trained in new venture creation and developing business ideas using design thinking. As a business coach for the past 2 years, she has supported over 60 entrepreneurs to place their businesses on a firmer footing. She's a current board member of the local Chamber of Commerce, Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce. And then we have Ms. Reagan Durkin. She began her career in social entrepreneurship as her first business was using aquaponic technology to create entrepreneurship education greenhouses in Athens. Is this Georgia? Reagan?
Yeah, in Georgia. Mm-hmm.
In Georgia. Okay. She continued pursuing her passion for entrepreneurship education, serving at the Robin and Dow Shore Entrepreneurship Center at Kennesaw State University, launching Atlanta's first middle grades social entrepreneurship program. And now she works as an education consultant, mainly within the Ministry of Education on the island of Dominica, implementing peace education. Her passions have expanded beyond entrepreneurship education and now applies her entrepreneurial mindset to creating experiences and programs that advance the Sustainable Development Goals. So welcome, Jillian, welcome, Reagan, to this session. We are going to also welcome our brother, Yasan Tafarai, who is joining us from where he's joining us from. He's originally from Ghana Road, Mountain Village, Nevis. And he was an educator for 15 years. He taught primary level and also secondary level. And he did 18 years as a radio announcer. He is extremely diverse. He eventually took up farm management position at a farm. And so now he's on his entrepreneurial journey full-time. Started in 2018. He launched his Uber-like personalized transportation service. He since traveled to Canada and now in California. He continues his entrepreneurial journey where he owns and manages a farm and develops preventative, healthy life value-added products from the surplus of his farm produce. He presently markets and distributes such products globally via his business named Mellow Farms Farm. So welcome, Mr. Tafari, and welcome all the judges, and thank you for being here. And to our finalists, I just want to say to you, good luck. You're all winners already. Tell your story because nobody knows your business the way you do. Share your dream. Good luck, everybody. Have fun.
Thank you, Dr. Brandon, for your welcome address. And thank you as well to all the judges who have volunteered their time to be here with us this evening to judge the wonderful entrepreneurs that are in this pitch competition tonight. And so before we get started, we have one more welcome address from the Gen Global Organization, Mr. Jonathan Altman, and I will share his address before we have the pitches today.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Altmans, and thanks to the organizers, the judges, the investors at today's Entrepreneurship World Cup National Finals. A very big special thanks, however, to all of our competitors. You're not just the doers and the dreamers of our society, but you're taking the risks. You're the ones that are helping us to navigate through a period of uncertainty, addressing some of the big challenges of our day, ranging from climate change to emerging from this pandemic, and of course all of the frontier issues that are faced by our various industry verticals around the world. You know, Gen Global, we began our journey about 15 years ago, focusing on the startup community development and on supporting the entrepreneurial support organizations that help to make your path easier. And 5 years ago, we decided to accelerate our work on the front line with you, the founders. It was marked and kicked off with Richard Branson in the opening of our first startup campus, now the largest in Africa, called 22 on Sloan in Johannesburg. And since then, we've reached more than 500,000 founders over the course of this last few years. We're very proud to say in that process, it's required developing early stage investor networks around the world. We've launched grants programs, and of course provided a lot of accelerator support and launched the Founders Club. We're very, very excited to be intricately with you on this journey through the Entrepreneurship World Cup. So I want to invite you to stay with us. We're in it for the long haul. Either get involved in one or more of our programs on the ground, we're in most countries, or come meet us in person. Our next live gathering, which we do every year, is called the Global Entrepreneurship Congress. The next one will be May 1 through 4 of 2023 in Melbourne, Australia. So thanks for letting me take a few seconds to wish you luck today and to thank you for all you do in not just helping develop your own future, but that of your fellow citizens and the communities around you.
Thank you to Jonathan Altman and to the Gen Network. And back to our Dr. Marcia Brandon with a few words.
I'm very sorry. Was it just me, or was the video sticking?
It's sticked a few times, yes.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to say that EWC, thank Jonathan for his message, and to say that EWC is a very important program under the Global Entrepreneurship Network, and the Global Entrepreneurship Network is one of COESL's partners in the region, and I am one of Gen Global Entrepreneurship Network's advisor in the Caribbean. Thank you, Crystal, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Brandon. And so there you have it. We have such an amazing organization backing this amazing pitch competition that is happening across the region and across the globe. In the Caribbean, we have more than a dozen islands participating in this pitch competition. And we'll also be hosting a regional competition in November, on the 20th of November, 2022. So you can look forward to going forward into the next phase of the competitions. The winner, of course, will be going over to the next phase of the competitions. So tonight, the winner of tonight's event will represent Dominica in the regional finals. To get to that point, you will have to pitch your business. Each finalist will have 3 minutes to pitch their business to the panel of esteemed judges, and they will be graded on 4 Ps. Each P will have a scoring range of 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. And the 4 Ps that the judges will be scoring you at is on people. So are you the right person? Do you have the right team to execute the business that you are presenting today? Is it the right product? So the second P is product. Is this the right product and the right timing for this product? And have you thought through your business model? Do you have the potential to execute on a level, on a global level, or even a national level, to execute the business that you are presenting today? And can we predict the scalability and growth projection of your business? So the 4 Ps are people, product, potential, and predictability. On a scale from 1 to 5, each of these will be graded individually, and collectively the highest score then per judge will be 20 points. And so tonight, each judge has the responsibility of vetting your business. So you will have 3 minutes to pitch your concept, and then we will have a round of questions from the judges. We're asking the judges to try to limit their questions tonight to 2 questions, or 3 being the absolute maximum if necessary. But if we can limit the questions, as the responsibility of presenting the business in the most holistic way bears on the 3-minute pitch. And so thank you all for listening in on this criteria. No pressure to the entrepreneurs. Please enjoy this moment, embrace it, highlight your business as much as possible. And before we start with our first presentations, a word from Dr. Brandon. I see your hand.
Thank you. I just want to welcome Mr. Marie, who is our judge, and he's turned up. So, Mr. Tafari, you're definitely going regional. So, welcome, Mr. Marie, and we're happy to have you. Over to you, Crystal. Thank you.
Thank you. So welcome to all the judges that are here tonight. Thank you so much for lending us your time. And we will start with the first set of pitches for tonight. We are starting with Echo Caribbean. You can start to share your screen, Mr. Williams. So as I mentioned before, you will have 3 minutes to present your business. You can start sharing your screen now, and you can unmute yourself. We will confirm that we can see your screen and we can hear you clearly before we turn the time clock over to you, and you will have 3 minutes to pitch. So Mr. Williams, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Will you be presenting with a PowerPoint?
No, I'm not.
You're not. Okay. No problem. So at your first word, your time will begin. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow finalists and fellow judges. My company is Echo Caribbean Property Investments, and we are in the process of establishing the Mont Anglais Eco Lodge and Citrus Distillery. Okay. So by way of opening, I'll say that the Mont Anglais Eco Lodge is being developed by Echo Caribbean Property Investments and is destined to become an all-inclusive luxury eco lodge nestled along the Waitikobili Trail on the foothills of Mont Anglais in the horticultural community of Girardel on the nature island of Dominica. The resort will be developed on 19.47 acre organic farm that has pioneered the revitalization of the Dominica citrus industry while maintaining the highest practices for sustainable food production and permaculture. The developers envisioned the transformation of the fully cultivated citrus orchard and exotic farm into an award-winning agri-tourism wellness resort to welcome discerning tourists, students, investors, health enthusiasts, and global citizens from across the globe. Guests and residents can immerse themselves into traditional self-sufficient farming practices and cultural heritage of our people, whilst discovering true Dominican local cuisine at our farm-to-table restaurant. Okay. The Mont Anglais Eco Lodge and Citrus Distillery will become a highly sought-after destination for food and drink lovers, as well as adventure seekers who yearn to be at one with nature in the privacy and comfort of the secluded serene mountains. Our guests and residents can opt to participate in hands-on learning on the cultivation, harvesting, and production of our Arabica coffee beans. Our Bean to Bar chocolate class offers residents and visitors at Mont Anglais Eco Lodge a very unique opportunity to understand and participate in the entire process of transforming high-quality organic cocoa into chocolate. Mont Anglais will market its in-house production of coffee, chocolate, and cocoa derived from cocoa beans, as well as our rum and wines from organic fields. It will be the developer's intention to develop and construct its own distillery for the production of essential oils from the citrus and herbs on the farm in conjunction with the Farm to Flask initiative. The Eco Lodge on completion will be an ideal private getaway destined to disconnect and recharge, surrounded by nature whilst remaining in harmony with the sounds of our parrots and birds. The Eco Lodge shall exemplify sustainable living with luxurious amenities. Whether you're in search of an agri-tourism experience, corporate retreat, educational camp, romantic getaway, rainforest wedding or honeymoon, or an extraordinary getaway with that exemplifies sustainable living, traditional cuisine, herbal teas, adventure travel, whale watching, swimming with the whales, deep sea fishing, exotic fruit picking, trail hiking, safari tours, you will have to come to the ideal mountain resort to surpass your expectations. The mission statement is that the company's vision is to develop and establish an Eco Lodge and citrus distillery as a world-class eco experience that will contribute to and strengthen the expansion of agritourism and agro-processing in the Commonwealth of Dominica. It will also increase Dominica's profile as a world-class eco destination by simultaneously maintaining a viable commercial entity that contributes and supports the local communities to safeguard the welfare of its future generations without degrading the environment.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Thank you. And over to our judges for this evening. We will begin the judges' questions with Judge Reagan. Over to you with your questions for Mr. Williams. Judge Reagan, are you with us?
I think.
You just need to unmute.
Are you back?
I can see you.
I think her Wi-Fi just went out. Can you go to Miss Barak, please?
Yes. So over to our next judge, Judge Barak.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. I have two questions. My first question, what proof of demand do you have for the type of product that you have presented to us this evening?
Well, the truth about it is we have looked at the trends in that it is our quest to become Green Globe certified. This would be the first farm resorts in Dominica, and we are certain that we will be able to attract those persons who are interested in a different experience, particularly as we continue to market the island as an ecotourism destination.
Thank you for your response. And secondly, it is at the idea stage now, but what sort of investments have you already put into getting this idea off the ground?
Well, I'm not at the idea stage really, because I have actually cultivated a 19.47 acre farm. I have the largest citrus cultivation on island. I have also built the first cottage on site, and I have invested considerably. I've already started in terms of the production of juices that I presently do, as well as chocolate. So for me, I'm at the growth stage as opposed to the project being in its embryonic stages of development. As far as my overall investment, I have spent in excess of $3 million to date.
All right, thank you very much for that, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Judge LaRock. And we will go over to our next judge. Judge Reagan, are you hearing us now?
Yes, I'm back. So sorry for cutting out. Thank you for your patience. And yeah, Mr. Williams, I wish I knew about your citrus farm while I was in Dominica a couple months ago. But I guess my question, and I think Ms. LaRock may have hinted at this, but when you mentioned so there's this combination of the farm, but also the lodging. And it seems like the lodging is really where you're growing, and what you're doing is creating this kind of tourist attraction. So I guess I heard like from educational camps to romantic getaways, but those are like huge different target markets. So I guess which niche are you going to begin with, and why would you begin with like targeting this particular target market?
The thing about it is, what I have realized from the agricultural experience is that one cannot just rely on the production of crops. One has to do something which is value added. In other words, if I simply cultivate and harvest, what I will get very often will be minimal as far as my return on investment, given the fact that labor costs are high and everything else. The transformation that I have been looking at now is to go into agro-processing as well as agro-tourism. And by agro-tourism, I would then invite tourists, students, the community, whoever has interest, be it university students, to come on the farm and to be able to witness the propagation, grafting, cultivation, as well as the processing of the product. So to my mind, I wouldn't say it's really a different market or it's far-fetched, but we're basically going after the blue and green economy and showing that agriculture can be sustainable and that we can convert whatever raw material into a final product on site and gain the necessary revenue from it. Because if one has to just continue planting vegetables or planting citrus and selling the raw material, you're really giving it away. For me to continue to cultivate the cocoa beans and the coffee beans and to sell it for somebody else to process it, I will not be able to benefit in the same way that the 5 persons who process the item and do what is the value added product will be able to benefit. So for me, I will be at a continued disadvantage if I do not enhance my farm by creating value added products to complement it.
Thank you. And over to our final judge for this evening, Judge McCarthy Marie. Over to you with your questions for Mr. Williams.
My first question to Mr. Williams is, what is the average rate of occupancy in the hotel sector in Dominica? Do you know it?
Well, there are many factors. I believe it would be less than 40%.
Okay. Given that I think it's 50% is what is considered reasonable for you to have a break even, and you think it's 40%, it's actually 22%. Do you think
it is what presently?
22%.
Wow.
Do you think the reason I'm asking that is why did you choose to expand from farming into an industry that seems at the present time not propitious to get into? I just to say the lodging part of your enterprise.
Well, the lodging part of the enterprise is just one aspect of the business. Yes, we can admit that it may be very low in terms of the hotel occupancy, but there are several factors which created that reality, in that to get to Dominica prior to was really a logistical nightmare. It was very difficult in terms of air access, the rate of the high cost of tickets. And I'm of the view that for proper branding of my brand, I would be able to effectively capture, as well as through attendance to trade shows and so forth, capture the niche market that I'm going after.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you to all the judges, and thank you, Mr. Williams, for the courage to present in this Entrepreneurship World Cup for Dominica this evening. You can stick with us for the rest of the event as your fellow finalists pitch their businesses as well. At the end of the event, you will find out if you will be one of the finalists moving forward to the regionals. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you much.
You're welcome. And on to our next finalist for this evening, Naja Thomas of Frying Pan Production. I invite you to start sharing your screen. If you are presenting a PowerPoint presentation, you can also unmute yourself and turn on your camera. Welcome to the Entrepreneurship World Cup, Dominica.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. And like your finalists before you, you have 3 minutes to present your business. And at your first word, your time will begin. Are you ready?
I am.
You're ready. Perfect. Over to you and much success.
So in 2006, my mother was diagnosed with cancer, and then yet again in 2015, right? She'd been relatively healthy her whole life, but after her diagnosis, she set out on a path to ensure that everything she consumed or used in her everyday life was free of any materials that could cause her harm. That was harder to do than we thought. Every item in our household arsenal was filled with chemicals that could be harmful, and getting natural food or food manufactured from natural crops was not readily available in Dominica. If it was expensive. My mother did not survive her second bout of cancer, but what really stuck with me was how hard it was for her to find products that fit her new lifestyle. So I created Frying Pan Productions to solve the problem that I saw, which was that too many of our everyday foods that we consume and items we use in our lives contain chemicals whose impact on our health and the health of the planet are not known. So at Frying Pan Productions, what we are essentially is a vertically integrated manufacturing company with a focus on using natural and local Caribbean ingredients as the main ingredients in our products. As I said, we're value integrated, and that means that we grow 90% of the crops that we put into our products. And our unique value proposition is simple. We give you distinct high quality products that are all natural, made of local ingredients, and are reasonably priced. And there's a customer base for that, right? When I did a Survey Monkey over the months, research, what we found out is that 76% of people that were polled said they preferred organically grown foods over foods that were made with synthetic chemicals. 96% of them wish they were knowledgeable about how ingredients in the products they used affected their health. 91% of them worried that chemicals used to grow their food led to diseases in the future. And 94% of them worried that harmful chemicals used in farming may be polluting the environment. The data echoed a lot of our casual conversations that we were having with peers, right? We in the Caribbean are pegged as being natural and organic, but the place outsiders come for revival, yet we are the most riddled with pesticides. Like, we only have to look at our carcinogenic history with the weedicide Roundup. So I've created Frying Pan Productions to work towards my goal of health and wellness in a sustainable way. So this is our product demo. We have 2 products currently on shelves. It's an instant ginger tea. We have 2 flavors, as you can see. And we're retailing at every major supermarket and some small shops on island. And that's just the first product that we're gonna roll out. And from the waste created in manufacturing draw, which is our tea line, Frying Pan Productions, we're in the R&D stage for our fertilizer and pesticide line. So this is where our vertically integrated business also works. We are reducing waste while maximizing profits and also being friendly to the environment. We have a market size. The local market size is about the SOM is 16,163. Our regional is about 8.3, and worldwide, if we get to that stage, when we get to that stage, it's about 120 billion. We have competition, of course, in the region, and Bethany Estate, Earth Mother Botanicals, Mother Becky's Bush Teas, and the Jamaica Teas Unlimited. But we have a competitive advantage because we are vertically integrated. We are able to control our supply chain, and we are accessible to everyone in the world through our various ICT avenues. So we have a website. You can order from our website. And as I said, we are in every major supermarket in Dominica, and we plan to expand once we have bigger manufacturing capability. And we're in line with our OECS plan to reduce the import bill of the islands, increasing local food security and spurring domestic agricultural production to meet local and international demand.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Yes, thank you so much for your presentation. And we will go over to the judges with their questions for this evening. And let us begin with, my apologies. So with Judge LaRock, again, with your questions for Ms. Thomas.
Thank you very much, Ms. Thomas. My first question, what traction do you have with your current products since you began selling them on the Dominican market in terms of your sales?
I think, so my sales have been very good. In terms of exact traction, what I can say is that I'm never able to even meet the local demand, right? So I usually deliver to about 4 of the supermarkets and restock every other week. And we haven't been able to give an accurate read of what the company can do because we haven't been able to meet the demand that has been presented.
Okay, that leads me to another question. In terms of growing the business, how do you plan to manage increased demand for the products as you look to grow and go regional?
Currently, we are building our own facility. So manufacturing has been a manufacturing facility has been a big hindrance to our growth. And that's what we are here to do with grant money or prize money, or we're looking for investors. We are in the process of building a factory so that we can meet that demand.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge LaRock. And over to our next judge, Judge Reagan, with your questions for Ms. Thomas.
Thank you. And thank you, Ms. Thomas. I think you pointed out a great point about the different competition that you have entering into this kind of market. But I'm curious, what, I think this is one of the criteria about people, but what specifically about you as a person like Ms. Thomas and as an entrepreneur allows you to say that you just, your abilities or whatever makes you special and unique to kind of outproduce and kind of override any of the competition that you have?
Well, I think, for instance, I have created this line. I am the target market for my own products, right? I'm a farmer. I want organic, large-scale organic material to use on my farm. I also, organic or natural, I also grew up in a structure where we were always encouraged to eat foods that were natural. And as we live in a fast-paced life, and I want to be able to walk into a supermarket, I want to be able to be the Whole Foods of manufacturing, because that's not available in the Caribbean, right? So I am the ideal market. So I feel like I really understand my customers. And I've worked in film and journalism and marketing. So I also have some knowledge in how to brand. That's where my branding and marketing expertise comes through. So, in terms of how products look on the shelf and how attractive they are and how we roll out the company, I can lend to that. I also grew up farming. So it's not something I just adapted to. I come from a family that has farmed their whole life. So I have a background in that kind of thing.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge Reagan. And over to our final judge, Judge McCarthy. Marie, over to you with your questions for Ms. Thomas.
Yes, good evening, Ms. Thomas.
Good evening.
I noticed your packages, they are quite appealing in the look.
Thank you.
Wanted to, and I think you are expecting to sell based on your branding, you said. That's an important part. Just wanted to ask you a question. Have you registered a trademark?
I'm in the process of doing it.
Okay, that's a little late, but not too late.
It's a little trickier in the Caribbean. So it's a bit of a legal issue there, but with the trademark, but we're working it out. It should be done pretty soon.
Could you just explain to me what is the legal problem?
As I understand it from my lawyer, I can't trademark, for instance. I will be trademarking the name of the company and how the brand looks, right? I wanted to trademark our recipes also. And we're just, as I understand, the Caribbean is just moving into that space for, I guess, what I asked them to do. So I think right now we're gonna go ahead with trademarking the name draw, but not necessarily like the recipe and the intellectual property there. So I'm still doing some research and trying to find out what are the loopholes around that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you to all the judges and as well to you, Ms. Thomas, for pitching tonight in the Entrepreneurship World Cup for Dominica. Congratulations on your business, and we wish you much success as you continue to build this business forward. So we will be going on to our next finalist. Our third finalist for tonight is Hendrika Smith of R&H Stationery Supplies and Bookstore. Hendrika, I invite you to start sharing your screen and your presentation if you have one. And you can also unmute yourself and turn on your camera as we look forward to your pitch presentation of your business tonight. Like the other finalists, you will also have 3 minutes to present your business. At your first word, your time will begin. So just to check in with you, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I can see you now. Perfect. And so welcome, and we look forward to seeing your presentation. Over to you. At your first word, your time begins.
Mark Twain once said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." If I am Hendrika Smith, R&H Supplies and Bookstore, we are proudly focused on providing the best stationery to all customers here and abroad. Our products and services have been full of high expectations by all our reliable customers. The problem we are facing right now are currently most parents and teachers have a lot of questions pertaining to educational materials for their students. Some are the most frequently questions asked: where can I find educational charts for my child? How much will it cost for a tutoring program? Do I have enough funds to purchase learning materials for my class? Is there a place I can have access to online research and printing services? Questions that could probably cause irritation. We are looking forward to providing a solution to that because we believe in education, and education is the key to success. And the solution is R&H Stationery Supplies and Bookstore. We have launched some services to assist parents and teachers, but we are still improving on what we have started. We provide all educational materials and charts for all ages, creating R&H Help for You program where we care for children's future. Our pricing offered is based on customers' budgets. With the benefits of this and an online research center where come in and do the administrative services at the lowest cost from Sunday to Sunday. Our market size, the market in Dominica is not large as other countries, but our current population is estimated at 71,000. To start the implementation of our products and services, we are targeting schools, offices, and parents across the island. We value our market size to be 50,000 XCD by 2024 and grow by 10%. One recently started is the exporting of our educational charts to St. Vincent. To market, we will use email marketing, social media like Facebook and WhatsApp, radio ads, and giving back to our community. We are focused on building a community and network over the next year in order to enable the following: customer retention, where we always ensure the satisfaction of all customers, ensuring we open up our channels of communication on Facebook and WhatsApp to get customers' feedback, and using ShopDM as an online platform where customers can purchase directly from and have their orders delivered anywhere across Dominica. Meet our team. Mr. Raymond Arundel is the managing director of R&H. His responsibilities are as follows: managing all the cash accounts, depositing, purchasing, selling all stationery supplies and educational charts, and also gives advice. While I am the assistant managing director, I handle the printing, photocopying, scanning, designing, typing, advertising, and marketing, and all other services of the business. Our products and services, there's a sneak peek of it. In our focus to bring change in the educational development of all kids' lives in our community and its environs, we are very committed to whatever services we deliver to the public, and R&H will not be treated any less. Children's future is our priority, and we believe that one should excel in the educational journey no matter the situation. We provide educational charts, printing services, administrative services, stationery supplies, and more. Our financial statement competitive advantage: pricing, quality, product, delivery services, and reputation are such critical success factors in the stationery business industry. R&H Stationery Supplies and Bookstore will compete well in our market by offering competitive prices, working around all customers' budgets, high quality products, and the availability of the product on time, using ShopDM delivery services, and by maintaining an excellent reputation with all customers and the community in which we serve. Financial statement: we started with 8,000 XCD, where Mr. Raymond Arundel did the purchasing of goods for the business. We started making profits in December, where our business was started in September 2020. The future revenue we would like to make in 2 years' time is 50,000 XCD, as we plan on bringing new education services and products in Dominica and abroad. And I will end with this quote by Colin Powell: "There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure." I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Congratulations on your presentation. And we will go directly to our judges with their questions for you for this evening. So Judge Larock, over to you with your questions for Ms. Smith.
Thank you very much, Ms. Smith. My first question is related to your pricing model, because from your presentation, you mentioned discounts quite a bit from what I saw on screen as well. And you also mentioned working with the customer's budget. So I'm thinking, taking into consideration those things, how sustainable is this for the business to bring in the revenue that it has targeted?
Well, the business can bring in the revenue in which it is being targeted, because as we understand, some parents and some teachers is basically like everyone have bills to pay. Everyone have to like budget for certain things. So if a customer or a parent come in here and say, okay, I want something for my child, but I don't have enough funds to purchase it, we will not leave the child go and do not do it. We will work with the parent and say, okay, well, we can try to assist you, and then we will like pay. Because at the end of the day, we have different products and services. Let's say we have a pen for this price, we have this, each product we have different pricing pertaining to them. So it's like based on our products, each product have a different price. So if we have something for $3 there, we have another option as $1 or $2. Education is a key. We can leave somebody astray.
Thank you very much for that answer. I have another question. As far as expanding to the region with stationery items, what has your research shown as the competitive, the landscape as far as competitors are concerned in the region?
In the region?
Yes, if you have already done research in the region, what has your research shown in terms of the competition? Where do you see?
In terms of educational charts in the region, it's basically we have, let's say, 95% like customers, like all the charts we create our own charts. It's like we have charts for all subjects. So it's like sometimes that particular customer in the region do not find in that chart, they will come and say, do you have this? Do you have that? Because as stated previously, we export our educational charts to St. Vincent.
Thank you very much for that, Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Judge LaRock. And over to Judge Reagan with your questions for Ms. Smith.
Sure, thank you. And thank you, Ms. Smith. My question is kind of touching on a little bit of what Ms. LaRock mentioned, but more looking at, I know you kind of had one moment where you talked about community engagement and giving back, community service. So I was curious more of the details for your corporate social responsibility kind of plan for the business as you expand and scale.
In terms of giving back?
In education. Sure. Mm-hmm. Did you?
Ms. Smith, we cannot hear you if you are speaking.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you repeat your question, Ms. Durkin?
Sure. My question was, so as far as, as your company scales and grows, since you're in a field where in education where what you're supplying really is a huge need for students across Dominica and across the region and even the world. And I guess the component that you mentioned about giving back to the community and community service, like what is your corporate social responsibility, that plan or that strategy moving forward?
Well, my strategy moving forward is donating to the Salisbury Primary School. I've not decided what will be donated to the school next year, but a donation will be made to the Salisbury Primary School.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. And over to our final judge, Judge McCarthy. Marie, over to you with your questions for Ms. Smith.
Yeah, my first question to her is your business, from what I can gather, is primarily aimed at school children. Have you done some research to find out the growth or decline of school children in the area that you're targeting?
The growth?
Yeah, or decline of schools of primary school students in your area?
Well, primary school trend in my area, the growth is very I will give it 100%.
Oh.
That's the school shop. Where we are located, we are I would just say 5 minutes away from the school. Not too far from the school.
Maybe you didn't understand clearly. What I meant was the number of students who will be your customers. Are they growing or is it declining?
They are growing, Mr. Murray.
There are more and more students in the Salisbury
Yes,
area.
they are. Yes, they are.
Okay, how did you find that out?
How did I find out that? Because we do printing services, and we do our R&H Help for You program, where we assist children with their homework, projects, and typing. So it's like every single day, a new child, a new face is coming here to do a research or like it may be.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you to all our judges, and thank you as well to Ms. Smith. Thank you for joining the Entrepreneurship World Cup along with the fellow finalists this evening. Congratulations on launching your business and excelling forward in the education industry. And we wish you all the best as you continue to grow and scale your business. You can stick around with us today and wait for the end of the event to find out if you will be moving forward to the regionals. And thank you again for your presentation.
You're welcome.
And we go on to our final finalist for this evening. This evening we have with us Miss Jody Dublin of JD's Naturals. And so I invite you to start sharing your screen, and as well as unmuting yourself, turning on your camera, and showing us your beautiful face as you share your business this evening and pitch your business concept to our panel of judges. And so let's confirm first if you're ready.
Hi, can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can hear you. And
Okay.
we can see you, so perfect. At your first word, like your fellow finalists, you will have 3 minutes to present your business. And as you hear me say thank you, then you know your time is up. And so over to you with your pitch.
Good evening, judges. I want you to challenge yourself this evening. For the next hour, try not to touch anything made of plastic. Impossible, right? Because it's everywhere. It's on our clothes. Plastics have officially taken over the world. I am Jody Dublin Dangleben, a trained organic cosmetic formulator from the nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica, of course. And I am the owner of JD's Naturals, a company that produces natural hair, skin, and household products. Globally, 120 billion shampoo and conditioner bottles are produced annually, clogging landfills, oceans, contributing to climate change and greenhouse gas emissions. My little island knows all too well the effects of climate change, having firsthand experienced the ravages of Hurricane Maria. And with our goal to become a fully sustainable company, our annual contribution of over 5,000 single-use plastic bottles to a landfill that is well beyond capacity is extremely disheartening. And so we thought of manufacturing a product that required no packaging at all, and commissioning a refill depot where customers can use their own bottles to fill with our products. The timing of our package is perfect, since naked eco beauty is currently trending. So just imagine, guys, a shampoo and a bath soap making a baby. Presto, the shampoo bar. The birth of our solid shampoo bar is a solid version of a traditional liquid. We'll also use this idea to create other solid conditioners, lotions, scrubs, and they are lightweight, they are travel friendly, and equivalent to 3 bottles of shampoo. Everyone uses shampoo, right? Even the bald-headed men. But we will be targeting specifically the green cottage industry. We will also be targeting eco-conscious consumers who are increasing daily and frequent air travelers that don't want their bottles thrown away by immigration. From market analysis, we saw that the personal care industry is worth $500 billion per year and increasing steadily. And why wouldn't we want to tap into this? We have already prototyped and gotten positive feedback. There are already shampoo bars on the market, but this is what makes us unique. We are offering products or services that are more unique or new to the market than our competitors. So what sets us apart? We'll be producing a 2-sided bar with a shampoo on one side and a conditioner on the next. Some can be personalized and some will have massage knobs for spa-like experience. Production of one bar would be $10 and retail at $20. As an existing company, our startup cost for this product was minimal as we had grant funding and we used profits from the sale of our other popular products on island. With our large social media frequent customers, we are well positioned to launch our new product in a grand way. If we anticipate at least half of our followers buying at least one shampoo bar at an average price of $20, just imagine our return on investment. We have a super team, small but dynamic, my mother and my husband, and I invite you now to join the JD's Naturals mission on our quest to nakedness of our beauty products, of course. Thank you.
Thank you as well, Ms. Dublin. And over to our first judge for this evening, Judge LaRock. Over to you with your questions for Ms. Dublin.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dublin. My question to you is, what is the worst thing that could happen to your business and how would you handle it?
I think continuity, but we have already put in plans for that. We have done extensive risk analysis of worst case scenarios and how we can mitigate that. So for instance, we know that our island is plagued with natural disasters, and as such, we want our business to be resilient. And that in itself would lend to the continuity of our business. We have put in renewable energy sources, we have a water system, we buy our material in bulk. We also have provisions for solar energy, and so that in itself will ensure that our business continues. I hope I answered.
Yes, you answered that question.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you mention that you have received grant funding so far in your business.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what sort of funding are you looking for as an investment into this particular aspect of your business?
Sure. I mean, we will welcome angel investment, but at this point, we are looking to sort of scale up before we explore investment from outside sources. We are currently, because of the grant funding, we have built our manufacturing space, which is still under construction. So we would like that to be well completed and finished and already started to produce in bulk before we invite investors on. So we would like investors on, but we're not quite ready at this point in time. So I would say maybe in the next 6 months to a year, thereabouts.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge LaRock. And over to our next judge, Judge Reagan. Over to you with your questions for Ms. Dublin.
Great, thank you. Thanks, Ms. Dublin. And I guess my first question is, how can I get one? But we can talk about that later.
We ship internationally, so it's easy for you to get one.
Oh, great. So I know you mentioned that there are some competitors, but why aren't, like, at least for me personally, I haven't seen, any big like Olay or L'Oreal.
Yeah, I had Lush Cosmetics. Olay is not really in line with our brand because they still have those ingredients that are considered carcinogens. So our company only produces natural. So that's why I just use Lush Cosmetics. And they use only natural, sustainably sourced ingredients.
Right. No, that's great. I was just curious why, have you done any look? I understand the difference between the ingredients, but is there a reason large companies aren't creating these kind of like bottleless shampoos and conditioners yet as much?
Well, I think it's their profit margin too, because if they were to delve into that realm, using these sort of things, you would have to use ingredients that are more natural based, and the price point of those are way more than the cosmetic synthetic ingredients that you would get. So I think it's their price point. Plastic bottles are always the cheapest options. And I think these bigger businesses are really looking for profit, but whereas a sustainable company are more looking towards helping people, giving them that alternative option that would create a healthy lifestyle for them and not harm them in any way. So I think our vision is different.
Sure. No, thank you so much. Thanks, Ms. Dublin.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge Reagan. And over to our final judge, Judge McCarthy Marie, over to you with your questions for Ms. Dublin.
Okay, my first comment, rather than a question, is to congratulate you on a well put together presentation.
Thank you.
Right, but my first question really is, have you registered a trademark for your brand?
Mr. McCarthy, you've asked me that question already, but I will answer on this platform. We are in the process of doing that as well. So we have already engaged a lawyer to do the process. But as my colleague, Ms. Thomas, alluded to the fact that in the Caribbean, it's a little bit complicated. So we're looking in the first instance to trademark our name. And that is my concern as well, to actually trademark our recipes. You know, so I guess when that comes on board, then we will look at doing that as well.
Okay, my follow-up question is, in terms of your marketing and the growth of the company, where do you see the growth coming from? From the local market or more from external markets?
Well, it continues to grow locally, but we are getting demand from regionally, especially. We have already shipped to St. Lucia, so we do sell in St. Lucia, but we are getting a lot of requests to have the products actually retail in stores in Antigua, across the region, in Barbados. So we are actually currently working with a distributor in Trinidad to get it into Massy stores across the region. And with our website now, where we ship internationally, wherever DHL flies to, with our marketing portfolio, where we look at SEOs and keywords and those sort of things, then we can really tap into that international market as well.
So you expect more growth internationally than locally?
Yeah, I believe so, because I think we are not fully established here, but I mean, JD's Natural is I would like to say, a household name. I mean, there's much that we can do, and there's more reach, especially in the schools, I believe. And some people that may not know about JD's Natural. So we have some work to do, footwork to do here in Dominica. But I think it's growing more regionally and internationally than locally, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you to our judges again, and thank you to our final finalist, Ms. Dublin, with her business, JD's Naturals. Congratulations on pitching in the EWC Dominica National Finals. Thank you so much for your presentation and for your courage to joining the competition tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so that culminates all the pitch presentations for this evening. We will now invite our judges to go into their breakout rooms to start their deliberations to find and select then the finalists that will be moving forward to the regional competition. The room for the judges is now open. You can now go into that room. We will give you about 5 to 10 minutes to deliberate, and we invite you to come back once you have selected a winner. There we go. So the judges are all gone into their deliberation room, and so that they can discuss who will be moving forward into the regional competition. As I mentioned earlier today, that the regional competition will be taking place on Sunday, November 20th. And this will be with over a dozen Caribbean islands represented from across the region, pitching to be nominated or awarded then the regional champion for the Entrepreneurship World Cup. And so I invite Dr. Brandon, if she's here with us, to join me back and give a few words, few feedback as to her experience with listening to all the finalists this evening and hearing their presentations. What are your sentiments now after the presentations, Dr. Brandon?
It's always exciting to hear entrepreneurs present. Always extremely exciting to hear the stories being told of the products, the competitors. Who do you see as your competitor? Looking at what the financials are, what kind of story the financials are telling, and hearing about the dreams and the plans as well. So for each entrepreneur who presented this evening, there were significantly different stories being told and different dreams. But I think one thing that everyone had in common was that their dream was to have a successful business, or their dream is to have a successful business. And the way to that success is, of course, work, smart work. So I think everybody got that, and I think it came across. And I think the efforts in putting the presentations together were very obvious. And what I noticed, though, and I don't know if you noticed this, Crystal, what I noticed was that nobody was nervous.
Right.
Nobody was nervous.
Geared up and ready to go.
So that's one very significant difference from many of the other, whether it's EWC or it's Climate Launchpad or it's whichever one it is, the Global Water Partnership, whatever pitch competition it is, many people many times are nervous. But I also really want to encourage you to use these, and I know you see them as well, and these are for the entrepreneurs themselves. I'm sure you see these events and these programs as accelerators for you to build as a professional, as an entrepreneur, as an individual. And I'm sure you see it as a way to build your business as well. So it is not just a pitch competition that you're coming to. It is learning, it is networking, it is meeting people, it is meeting different resources. And I'm hoping that I'm almost sure you know each other, right? All of you know each other already. The Dominican entrepreneurs know each other, yeah?
Somewhat.
Yes. Okay, great.
Odds across the board.
So, and if you don't, fantastic time to meet, network, stay in touch, see how you can collaborate, see how you can work together. You won't be able to do every single thing together, but there are pieces as you go along. And I am passionate about this, and I know it's true. Your network is your net worth, or it is a significant part of your net worth. And a lot of times when people ask me things, I say, oh, I don't know. Hold on, let me just call somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Because I'm going deep into my network. I'm doing a deep dive into my network. So if somebody comes back to me and say, no, I don't know, I'm like, no, but don't you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody? Come on now, get busy, do that. So it is how we seek to help each other. Where's our heart? I know Miss Smith spoke about wanting to give back, and Miss Dangleben as well spoke about the fact that her focus, her agenda is to make lives better. And so it's for me, and agriculture, I'm sure Mr. Williams is the same thing. Miss Thomas told you about her story. She told her story of why she's gotten to this place. So we're all looking to make a difference in this region, and we will continue to do it because we don't have a choice. I don't think we have the choice to sit and say, hey, we're not doing anything. If we want to make this place better for the people who come behind us, and we're standing on many shoulders. So people are gone before us who we need to make sure that we hold true to their values. People are coming behind us who we need to leave something for. And it's a combination of making profits and doing good. So what does good look like so we can make money? Yeah. So I'd really love to hear from the entrepreneurs themselves. How do they feel now that they have actually gone and done their pitches? it's another pitch session done, and I want to hear, how do you feel?
I think
Relieved. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to network and to hear the ideas. I think that's the key thing. And sometimes how you can collaborate and partner with others, so it's not just about winning, but how we can help each other, pull each other up and collaborate somehow.
I second that. I think it's also interesting to see where there's crossover in our ideas. The agriculture, the sustainability aspect of it. So it's cool to see what's out there and to see other people pitch and present their business. So it's always a learning experience.
Yes, and over to Mr. Williams and our other finalists. Please share your experience as well.
Oh, interesting experience for me. Grateful that I had participated in it. I just didn't find 3 minutes adequate, but moving forward, one has to learn how to be concise and precise. And I'm grateful to have had that experience this evening.
Absolutely. Dr. Brandon mentioned it yesterday during one of the other competitions, is that you do more competitions and you pitch more often, you find that you refine and perfect your pitch strategy. And that's some of the skills that you learn as you participate in these events. 3 minutes may seem short, but it is ample enough time to say the key things that you want the audience to hear as you share your business concept. But it is also a pressured time frame to say everything that you would want to say about your business. And to Ms. Smith as well, please join into the conversation and tell us a bit about your experience.
It was a very good experience.
Yes, and were you nervous, excited? What was some of your takeaways now that you've finished the presentation?
I was not that nervous, no?
Yes, as Dr. Brandon said, everybody was confident.
Everybody was good, yes.
Is it the Dominican blood? Do I need to come over and get some Dominican courage to be able to come into this space and just be excited?
Yeah, Dominica is one of my favorite places. I mean, I haven't been there in a little while, but I need to come back and just soak in one of those sulfur baths. Right. And
Sulfur spring?
Yeah, sulfur spring, and put my foot in the river and pick some guava. And yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And just get some of their energy. That would be fantastic. Mr. Fort, I also see you in the room, so to put you on the spot, how was your experience after hearing the presentations? Mr. Fort is a part of our organizational team, our pitch strategist, who helps lots of the entrepreneurs across the region perfect their pitches. Mr. Fort, how are you?
Hi, good night, everyone. I'm doing well, thanks. Sorry, I wasn't able to see all of the pitches tonight, but the ones that I did see, I was really impressed with. The confidence for sure is something that stood out compared to a lot of the presentations we normally see, and yeah, the clarity along the actual presentations, being able to flow very smoothly and actually hit those key points. That was really, really good to see. The pitches, that I saw were executed very well. And yeah, it's just really good to see that. I would encourage everyone, in spite of the outcome, to really look at, pursuing even more similar competitions and events like this, because yeah, you really have, I would say, an edge against a lot of the other persons who would be, vying for those other competitions. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes out on different platforms like youthopportunities.org and, the different networks. Continue building out your networks and looking for those type of startup, entrepreneurship, clean tech, programs and competitions, because yeah, what I saw tonight really, it was really good to see. It was really good to see. And I mean, competing not only on a regional level, but definitely international level. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ford. Yes, it was exciting to see. I think the confidence that the winner for tonight will be bringing into the regional competition will be unparalleled to some of the other finalists that we see across the region. And so maybe Dominica does have an edge up in the regionals just based on your confidence in yourself and in your business and in representing your country. We're excited to see that. Dr. Brandon, any final words before, as we wait actually for the judges' results?
Actually, I want to hear what Mr. Tafara has to say on seeing what took place, the pitches and the business ideas.
Absolutely.
It was quite interesting. I'm sorry that I missed the St. Kitts end of it. So I'm at a disadvantage where I've only seen the Dominica. So in terms of the confidence, I can't really comment too much on that in terms of comparing, but I could say that they all seemed very confident and sure of their business and what they really wanted to present, and they did that. I think they did a good job at that. I see some areas where, like you mentioned, that it could be collaboration in terms of how the agro business can tie into some of the other businesses that were presented. And I think the questions from the judges too. So I've learned a bit from the experience a bit in terms of the questions and how they were able to respond to the questions that were presented to them also. So that was pretty good. The prospects is looking great for the Caribbean on a whole in terms of where we're going. So I love what I'm seeing.
Thank you so much, Judge. We look forward to seeing you in future events as we continue to have these events across the region. And as Dr. Brandon mentioned, you may be rolled up all the way to the regional competition. So we may look forward to seeing you there as well. So thank you for being here with us. We do have some more time because as with any competition, the judge's responsibility in selecting a winner is always the heaviest responsibility. So what I would like to do now is allow each finalist tonight to give us one call to action for your business. Tell us where persons can connect with you, and also maybe one thing that you may need for your business. We are streaming on the EWC platform and as well as the Entrepreneurship World Cup YouTube page. And so you have a global audience looking at live plays right now, and we'll be watching the replays over the next coming years. So I would like to give each of you the opportunity to share maybe if you have a website or contact information, Facebook pages, anywhere where persons can follow you. Let us start in the order of the pitches. So Mr. Williams, over to you. How can persons connect with you, and what is it that your business may need to continue to grow forward?
Well, one of the difficulties we have as growing entities is undercapitalization. Many times you may have a project which is viable, but because it's not adequately financed, you have difficulty in growing that business. Further, we have a difficulty in terms of the technical aspect of it, in terms of when one has to do agro processing, you may not have the skill set within the country locally. When you have to deal with issues concerning preservation, from that technical aspect, in terms of getting an engineer who's familiar with the agro processing processes, somebody who could guide you as to what sort of equipment you require, what you can buy, what you should not buy, you know? So it's really from that front. Other than that, everything should be good.
Yes, fantastic. And if persons wanted to connect with you, if there is a agro expert on the line or watching the replay, how can persons connect with you or your company?
Okay, well, I will provide my details on the chat.
All right, thank you. We will well, the Meet the Finalists feature is on the Entrepreneurship World Cup platform. And so if you do want to connect, you can look up Mr. Williams from the EWC page, and you can follow to see as he grows out his business. We'll go on to Miss Thomas from Fine Pan Productions. Over to you. Tell us, where can persons connect with you? What are some of the needs that you have for your business as you continue to grow forward? Oh, there we go. All right. So we have www.drawtees.com. Is that from you, Ms. Thomas? If you are sharing, we cannot hear you. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so www.drawtees.com. That's our first product, as I mentioned. You can email us at info@drawtees.com, and we're on Instagram and Facebook. I think every little like, every little follow helps. It helps to grow our audience. So that's one way to find out where to purchase the product and just to keep up with our growth. And I would say, if I had one wish, is that if there are any, I guess, investors or listening, manufacturing help in Dominica, if we can bolster that sector for small cottage, for the cottage industry, I think, looking into that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Thomas. I do see the judges are back, but we will be just allowing the two other finalists to briefly share their businesses. Ms. Smith as well, share with us where persons can connect with you, and one ask if you have one.
People can connect with us via our Facebook page, Irish Stationery Supplies and Bookstore. Stay updated to our WhatsApp status, 1767-285-9125, and via our shop DM store, Irish Stationery Supplies and Bookstore. And the need we have is for a wide format printer for our shop, more laptops for our research center, increase in the amount of stationery supplies and school supplies, because our customers base is growing very fast locally and abroad.
Thank you so much, Ms. Smith. And that is R&H Stationery Supplies and Bookstore. Thank you.
Correct.
Yes, and last but not least, Ms. Jody Dublin, also share with us how persons can connect with you, and if you do have one ask.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, yes. So we're online. You can purchase internationally at www.jdisnaturals.com. We have an email address right there on the screen, and we are on all social media, from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp. You can contact me on WhatsApp as well. And I think what I need, not so much something tangible, but I think I need people to be more aware that natural products is the way to go. And people need to be more aware that what they use on their skin is just as important as what they ingest. So I think that mindset needs to be there before they can even appreciate the products that I offer. So I think just changing that whole mindset, getting people to realize that the skin is the largest organ, and what we put on it is as important. So the company has a sort of education component as well. So even on my social media, I try to educate people about the importance of using all these different products on their skin. So I think that is a need. Well, and obviously money as well. So to scale up, I mean, if I have to tell you how much money I need, I just need $5 million. So whoever is hearing, that is how much I need. I can outline all the things that I need. I've done it already. I need $5 million. Yes, being honest.
Yes, there we go, Ms. Dublin, with the big ask closing out our presentations from our finalists. Follow, like, subscribe to their pages, reach out to them if you do have the resources that they need. We are thankful that we are on a global platform that allows all the finalists, whether you have won the competition or not, to be featured in this competition is already a great feat. So thank you to all the finalists who braved the competition. And since we have our judges back, we will invite our spokesperson for the judges, whoever that may be. So please let us know who will be the spokesperson for the judges, letting us know the feedback for all the finalists, and as well as announcing the winner for tonight.
Take it away, Reagan.
Oh no, Mr. Roque, you were the spokesperson. Okay, no problem. So yeah, we on behalf of all the judges, honestly, it really was. I feel like it's said after every pitch competition, but it was a difficult decision, and I think there's a lot of strengths that everybody had. And so let me go through some of our feedback just very briefly. So for Mr. Williams, we were really intrigued by what you presented and the work that you're doing in Dominica, and especially with the international airport coming and more tourism coming to the area as the pandemic ceases. We see a big opportunity for what you're doing. And then also Ms. Thomas, all the work that you've done and all the demand you've generated locally already shows that your business has the legs to continue scaling. And so kudos to you. And then Ms. Smith, the work that you're doing and making sure that, the people there in Dominica have the materials that they need to have an education is incredibly important. And so for me as a social entrepreneur, I really applaud you and the work that you're doing. And we all do as the judges. And lastly, it is JD's Naturals, right? I'm saying that correctly? Okay, great. JD's Naturals, that we really felt like you have an edge in all the components of your business, from the marketing to the scalability, to the branding, to the team that you have. And so overall, for all the 4 Ps that we were looking at, we all rated JD's Naturals as the highest rated business here. So we would like to congratulate you, as you are the judge's choice tonight for the winner.
Congratulations to JD.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dublin. Hi, yes. Any words now that you've heard that you are the winner for tonight?
Relieved, because I am sort of a perfectionist, so I put a lot of work into it, even though I procrastinate a lot, but I always want to ensure that I put something of quality whenever I have to compete. So thank you for seeing the hard work and noticing my ability to scale, and that my product is viable and that my idea is viable. So thank you to all the judges. Thank you to Entrepreneurship World Cup for hosting this event. I think these platforms are so very key to us entrepreneurs and our success and confidence, and just honing in on our idea and being confident about our product and how it can help. So I'm thankful for that. So thank you all, and to the finalists, great job as well. Thank you.
Yes, congratulations to all the finalists. Dr. Brandon, before we wrap up and close, any final words before we close out?
Simply congratulations to all the finalists and congratulations to the winner. I think, like the judges, you had the edge, and I want to say to all of the finalists that the ideas are really, really fantastic ideas. I love all of your ideas. I mean, I remember when Mr. Fort and I were going through them initially, we were just saying, oh my God, yes, isn't this great? It was really good ideas, great ideas. So I really want to congratulate you. I want to tell you that we want to continue to support you. And so we will be in touch. And for the winner, we will definitely be in touch with you to give you more information on the regional finals in the coming weeks. And for everyone else, for the judges, thank you so much for giving of your time, of your expertise, of your energy, and of your enthusiasm. So, and Monsieur Tafara, I thank you for being here. Mr. Ford, Ms. Legrand, I thank you. Couldn't do this without you at all. And I wish you all a very, very good night.
Yes, good night, everyone. And with that, we culminate the Entrepreneurship World Cup for Dominica 2022 with our winner, JD's Naturals, Miss Jody Dublin. Congratulations to you. And we look forward to seeing you on November 20th at the Caribbean Regional Competition when you compete against your fellow countrymen across the region. We look forward to seeing you, and congratulations to all the finalists. As Dr. Brandon said, continue to progress forward, continue to build your business, and continue to engage in competitions like these as you grow and scale your business. My name is Crystal Legrand, and I was your host for this evening. I'm honored to be here with you. Good night, everyone, and have a safe trip home. Well, we're not physically in a space. I don't know why I said that, but good night, everyone. Have a great night.